Hi, Emma Kate. Hey, Emma. Hope you're doing well today. This is Miss Pam, and today we're going to do a fun little lesson that is going to incorporate some review of our sight words, and then we're going to do a little bit of math with it. Now, if you look on your computer screen, you're going to see 4 words. The first word that I'm pointing to, written in blue, W-A-S, that word is pronounced was. Can you say that with me? Was. The next word that you see beside it, it's a little confusing because if you notice, it's just spelled backwards. S-A-W. And that word is saw. Saw. So we would use the word was, for example, in a sentence. I was going to play outside, but then it started raining. The word saw you would use, such as I saw my mom and dad jumping on a trampoline. The next word we have in orange is the word has. And then the one in pink is his. Now, if you notice, they both start with H and they end in S, but the vowel sound is different. In has, it's A, and his, it's I. So we have was, saw, has, and his. All right, say those with me. When I point to them, I want you to repeat them. Was, saw, has, and his. And we can use the word has in the sentence. For example, she has my pencil. And the word his could be used as that is his marker. His stands for a boy. All right, so we have was, saw, has, and his. Now, I'm going to take these away, and what I need you girls to do is get out 4 highlighters that are a different color. But if you don't have a highlighter, it's okay. You can use 4 different markers or colored pencils or crayons, whatever you want, as long as there are 4 different colors. The next thing you need is this sight word sheet that has a graph on it and a tally chart. And Miss Hannah put that in your packet. So I need you to get that out as well. So Miss Pam is going to use an orange, a pink, and a yellow, and a blue highlighter. Again, it's whatever you choose to use. All right, girls, I'm assuming you have out your worksheet and your 4 highlighters. Now, if you look at the very top of the paper, it says sight words, find, tally, and graph. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to choose one of our colors, and I think I'm going to choose my blue one. What I would like for you to do, and this should be a pretty familiar assignment for you because in spelling, you have had a lot of practice highlighting words. So the first word I want you to look for and highlight is the word was. W-A-S. Was. So I'm going to put the card over here so you can be reminded of what you're going to highlight. So I see, and I'm going to do a couple of these with you. I see the word was right here, so I'm going to highlight it. And again, if you just want to underline it, that's perfectly fine. So all of the words that you see spelled W-A-S, I'd like for you to highlight. Wow, I see a lot of them. All right, now I may have gone a little faster than you girls, and that's completely fine. I'll wait for you all. And I will give you a hint. There are 8 of these words that should be highlighted. You will see the word was highlighted 8 times if you found them all. All right, so let's put our highlighters down and let's count and make sure that we have all 8 highlighted. Are you ready to count? We're going to start at the top and just move across. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you should have 8 words highlighted. Now I want you to take that same color, and what I would like for you to do is highlight the word was down here where you see your graph in blue. You see where Miss Pam is pointing? I want you to do the same. Now I want you to take your finger and go all the way up to your tally chart. See where it says tally chart? And I want you to highlight the word was in blue again. So all of your words that are was should be highlighted in the same color, not only on this side of your sheet, but in your graph and on your tally chart. All right, good job. So let's put our blue highlighter down and let's choose a different color. This time we are going to look for the word saw. And I'm going to use my yellow highlighter, but you can use your own color if you want to. That's not yellow. And this time we're looking for the word that is spelled S-A-W. So let's begin and see how many we find. Hey, you should be highlighting your paper. All right, I will give you a hint that there are 5 words on your paper that read saw. Now let's take our counting finger and see if you got all 5 of them highlighted. Are you ready to count? Okay, I'm gonna put my highlighter down. Here we go. Take your finger and count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now take your same highlighter that you highlighted the word saw, and I want you to come down here on your graph, like last time, and highlight the word saw, and then go straight up to your tally chart and highlight the word saw. So we have one word highlighted in a color and the other one in a second color. All right, now let's move on to our next word. Our next word is has. So I want you to choose a different color. I'm going with orange since I wrote it in orange. And this one you got to be careful about. Remember, We're looking for the word has. The vowel sound of A is in the middle. So I'd like you to go ahead and start highlighting all the words that you see that spell has. Gosh, there's a lot of these as well. Okay, take your time. Make sure you have all of those highlighted. And I'll give you a hint, there should be 9. All right, girls, let's put our highlighters down. And let's take our counting finger, starting at the top, and just move on down the paper and see if we got all of them. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did you get all 9? Good job. Now, if you didn't get all of them, it's okay. Go ahead and pick up your highlighter and highlight if you missed any. And then I want you to take your same highlighter again, go over to your graph, highlight the word has, and then I want you to go straight up to your tally chart and do the same thing again. So all of your words should be highlighted in the same color for has. All right, our last word that we're gonna look for and highlight is the word his. So Miss Pam's gonna choose pink because I wrote it in pink, but as long as it's not blue, yellow, or orange, I'm good. You have to have a fourth color. So now I'd like for you to take your highlighter and highlight all the words that are his. And I'll give you a hint, there should be 7. 7. So I'll let you get a chance to get caught up. And let's count and make sure we have all of the words highlighted in the same color. We're looking for his. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, good job. So we're gonna move our card up, and this time I'd like for you to take your highlighter, do the same thing again, go to your graph and highlight the word his, and then up to your tally chart. All right, so here's what I want you to do now. I want you to put your highlighters to the side, and I want you to get your pencil out. Now, the first word that I want to focus on is the word was. Miss Pam's up here on the tally chart. So, whatever color that you highlighted the word was, I want you to count and again, and I want you to write the number of times you highlighted it. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I want you to write the number 8 right beside, and I'm going to zoom in just to make sure you can see this, the number 8 right beside the word was. Now we're not going to do our tallies yet. Okay, not quite yet. Okay, now I want you to do the same thing with the word saw. Let's count how many times you highlighted the word saw. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know that we highlighted the word saw 5 times. Now we're going to do the same thing for the word has. You ready to count? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So you're going to write the number 9 beside the word has because you highlighted it 9 times. And now we're going to count the number of times we highlighted the word his. You ready? All right, eyes on your paper and let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to go up here to our tally chart and write the number 7. Okay? All right, good job. Now, you can leave your paper where it is. I don't want you to work ahead of Miss Pam, but I'm going to move my paper and have a quick review of tally marks. All right, so if we are making tally marks, we know that tally marks are grouped in what? 5s. That's why I've got my 5 fingers showing. So if I were to write the number, for example, 3, and we wrote 3 or made 3 tally marks, we're simply going to make 3 lines. Tally marks are just another way to represent a number. Okay, if I wrote the number, well, I am going to write the number 4, okay, how many tally marks would I make? 4, that's right, 4 lines. Now, the lines that I'm making are called vertical lines. They're straight. They go from top to bottom. But do you remember what happens when we hit the number 5? Do we make 5 straight vertical lines? Is that correct? No, that's not correct. You're right. Tally marks show us that we can group things by 5s. So for that 5th number, you're going to make a diagonal line. So we start at the corner at the top and pull all the way down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's do a couple more. Okay, eyes on the computer screen, and then I'm going to let you do some independent work. So let's say that I gave you the number 8. And I wanted you to represent that number with tally marks. What would that look like? Well, let's do one together. You count with Miss Pam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep counting, 6, 7, 8. Good job, girls. Okay, let's do another one. I'm going to erase this. And this time I'm going to write the number 10. All right, so let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we know that when we see this one group, it represents the number 5. And then we add 5 more onto that, and we would have 10. So Telly Marks are grouped by 5s, and that's also another way to practice counting by 5s. All right, let's do one more. What if Miss Pam wrote the number 14? What would that look like using Telly Marks? Well, let's find out together. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm going to stop there because if I had made a diagonal, I would have added one more on and made the number 15. Just like this. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, we can switch that around, and what if I just gave you a number represented by tally marks? Instead of counting each tally mark, whenever you see this grouped by 5, what number should pop in your mind? That's right, the number 5. And then you can just count on. 5 plus 1 more is 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Let's do a couple more, then we're going to go back to our worksheet. Now this time, I want you to count the tally marks, and I want you to keep that number in your brain. What number do these tally marks represent? Did you say the number 15 in your brain? If you did, you're correct. We didn't have to count these by ones because when we see these tally marks grouped like this, we can count by 5s. So it's 5, 10, 15. All right, good job, girls. Now, since we had a little review, I want you to pull your paper back out. Or actually, yours is right there. I'm going to pull mine back out. So what I want you to do for me, and I'm going to do one with you, and then we're going to talk about our graph, and then you're going to finish this sheet on your own. So we finished highlighting. We counted the number of times we highlighted each word. So let's go up to the word was. And we know that we highlighted it 8 times. So I want you to take your pencil and I want you to show me the number 8 using tally marks. Okay, go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, do your tally marks look like Miss Pam? You have one group of 5, 6, 7, 8. If yours looks like that, you're correct. All right, now I want you to put your pencil down, and I want you to choose the same color that you highlighted the word was. Now, Miss Pam used the color blue. So I'm going to get my blue highlighter back out. And now we're going to do a little graph review. Now, we've done plenty of graphs this year. And a graph is a way that we can show and learn information. So instead of writing the number or making tally marks, this time we're going to make a bar graph. So we need to find the word was, which is highlighted in blue, or Miss Pam did. And we're going to also show the number 8, not by tally marks, but by coloring in 8 rectangles. Okay, so we're going to start from, you always start from the bottom first. We're going to count up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a little strategy that I like to do is I like to put a little dot in each one so that I don't go over when I'm coloring. So let's count again. Get your highlighter out. I want you to put a dot in each rectangle. Let's count up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, that's where you're going to stop because this part of our bar graph is going to represent the number 8. Now, once you have your dots made, I want you to color in each of your rectangles. So go ahead and do that now. Okay, I finished my bar graph. If you're still coloring, that's completely fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want to double check that. All right, girls. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to have you girls finish the tally part on your own and the rest of your bar graph on your own. Okay, so that's going to be your independent work. When I finish this video, I want you to finish that part. Now, what I want you to do is when you finish this, I want you to hang on to it because the next lesson, you're going to need your paper because Miss Pam is going to have some questions for you to answer that go with this lesson. Okay, so go ahead at the very bottom, put your name on your paper. I'm going to put Miss Pam, and we're not going to worry about the date because I'm not sure what date Miss Hannah has scheduled for you to do, but this will be lesson used for lesson 1. So you girls have done great. I hope you have enjoyed our lesson, and I'd like for you to finish your tally chart and your bar graph. And hang on to it because we're going to use it tomorrow for lesson number 2. See you soon. Bye-bye.